Alright, y'all, it's time for us to be honest about this documentary. If you haven't watched this yet, do not expect to find out juicy drama and stuff like that. What you're gonna do, you're gonna learn stuff that we already know about, but more extra to it. Example, the Montreal Screwjob. I did not know that Brett knocked Vince McMahon out. I didn't know that. I didn't know that he knocked him out. And in the documentary, you could tell he knocked him out. Because when Vince was coming back, you could see him kind of be wobbly a little bit. It's one thing that I learned about it. Another thing that I learned about this Vince McMahon documentary is that this moment in Vince's eyes started the Attitude Era. I mean, not him getting cooked by Terry Turner and them in WCW for like 2 years in a row. But this, in his Vince McMahon eyes, is the reason that the Attitude Era started. Shawn Michaels came out, did a little segment in his Speedos, and Vince was like, hey, it's gonna be a start of the Attitude Era. I guess in people's eyes. Another situation I wanted to talk about, and I learned from, of course we all know about the Owen Hart passing away. A situation that I did not know about, I didn't know that he was finna leave WWF and possibly go with his brother, but at the same time he's like, no, I want to stay loyal to WWF. And another thing that I didn't know about when it came to the situation, I didn't know that his wife sued WWE. I didn't know that WWE sued the manufacturing company that sold the ropes, of course. Now, when it comes to them talking about Chris Benoit, I did not know that Chris Narowski was a wrestler. I did not know that. I did not know he was a wrestler. But speaking about that Chris Benoit situation, he's still a piece of shit. He did it. I don't care what nobody says. If you want to defend him, go ahead. That's on you. You're an asshole. Vince McMahon should have took accountability also. Vince, the heavy schedule that people had, another situation that I didn't know about. I didn't know that they was on the road 7 days a week. I didn't know that they had seven shows back in the 80s and 90s. That was crazy. But when it comes to this situation, Vince should have took accountability. Vince, you kind of the reason that he had CTE. The moves that you was allowing him to do. And it made me realize, why they don't use steel chairs like that no more. Why they don't do a lot of stuff. This situation is, one of the reasons why. When it comes to Shane McMahon, I'm not gonna lie. Shane McMahon, real life, all Shane wanted was validation from his pops. And he finally got it at WrestleMania 32. Speaking of Shane McMahon, if Shane and Vince buy as the UFC, do y'all think they become what they is now? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Hulk, you the reason there's no union in WWE and you lied too damn much. You knew you took steroids. Why did you lie? You knew you took steroids, bro. When it come to Terry Turner, I'm not gonna lie, he was, like I said, y'all, he was cooking Vince. Him and Eric Bischoff was cooking his ass. And I remember that ex-Vince McMahon, do he feel like he copied off of Terry Turner? Yeah, he did. Vince said no, but y'all did. You took wrestlers from WCW and basically did what, of course, every company does when it comes to I'm gonna take your talent and make them better and put them in better situations. Come on, man. Vince could have said he did. You did. You stole from him. You copied him. Come on now. Now, when it comes to the Montreal Screwjob, they talked about it, but I didn't know, like I said, y'all, at the start, I didn't know that Bret Hart knocked Vince out. But I understand why he felt betrayed. But at the same time, I'm 50-50 when it comes to the situation. We all know why Vince did that. Vince didn't want another situation like this. Even though Bret is more professional, I kind of think Vince felt like Bret was going to take the championship to WCW, honestly. And another thing I felt like they didn't cover when it came to the documentary, he didn't really go into detail why he felt that. And which we all know in everybody's eyes, no, I needed more an explanation why you felt like Brock Lesnar did not need to beat Undertaker. He didn't need to break the streak. You can't give me reasons why Brock didn't benefit from this at all. He did not benefit from making Undertaker 21-1. All right, now when we talk about strictly WWE, that's what it really is. It tells you this documentary, real life, is like a behind the scenes of stuff that happened in WWE. Like when it comes to like Chris Benoit, the Ashley example situation, all they said, they gave that woman like 2-3 minutes airtime. They talked about situation her possibly getting raped by somebody who portrayed to be an army nurse, even though they wasn't that. She went to WWE about it. They didn't do nothing. Vince McMahon allegedly sexually assaulted her also. They glossed over that and went over it. This documentary don't really cover a lot. Like it don't cover a lot of Vince McMahon scandals. Like of course they talks about the scandal with Janelle Grant towards the end of the documentary. But we don't really get deep in Vince McMahon personal life. We get deep in WWE's personal business. Bruce Pritchard. He needed to get it. He need to get Vince meat out his mouth so bad. Like, bruh, take some accountability, bruh. Throw salt in his aim sometimes, bro. I know that shit, buddy, but damn, get his meat out your mouth. And when it comes to this documentary, also one thing that I learned, I see why Vince stepped down at first. I think Stephanie was the reason why, and then he was like, "Nah, we not gonna do that. We not gonna do that. I'm gonna go away for a little bit, then I'm gonna come back, and you're gonna resign." And that's exactly what happened. Overall, when it comes to this documentary, you're learning stuff that we already know about. It's just that they're going more into detail about it. Honestly, this is not like a behind the ring documentary to where like they did better. The documentaries they produce is way better than this. They cut Vince some slack. They cut Vince a lot of slack. Because a lot of the stuff that Vince McMahon did wasn't really talked about. Like, why did you allow Triple H and them to do backface? Why did you feel the need to allow women to kiss your ass? Like, certain stuff like that. I feel like they didn't cover a lot of stuff. Like, they covered stuff that we already knew about, bro. Honestly. And honestly, the only person I felt who kept the G was Big Tony. Big Tony Atlas. Tony Atlas is one of the people who said that Pat Patterson is weird, and they really didn't cover Pat Patterson at all in this. I felt like they should have. But y'all let me know in the comment section how y'all felt about this documentary. Overall, bro, I get this documentary a 5 out of 10. Like, it wasn't like most of the stuff that was in it I knew about or I learned more about, honestly. Before I end this video, y'all, I talked about Shane earlier. Shane was one of those people who worked his ass off and made me realize why he did a lot of crazy stuff and a lot of crazy spots. Like I said, all he wanted was validation from his dad, and he finally got it towards the end. But I felt like I felt Vince them should have. Vince, now mind you, if he would have spoon fed them, they would have never got those versions of them. I kind of feel like he could have like don't go too hard on him. But y'all let me know in the comment section. This documentary was okay. I'm out, y'all. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And hit that follow button, man. Link in bio for why I said subscribe. I'm out, y'all. Peace. And another situation when it comes to this documentary, I wanted to like end it off at y'all. And I know I said I was going to end the video, but I got to talk about this. Man. That Vincent have his pops like his first 12 years in his life. I understand all the situations. Like his mom was abused. He was abused by his stepdad. I know all that. That still didn't give you a right to be an evil ass piece of shit. I'm out, y'all.